I've worked at CoreCivic for 32 years, and this is truly one of the most exciting periods in my career with the company. Having just wrapped up a strong 2024, we're anticipating significant growth opportunities, perhaps the most significant growth in our company's history over the next several years. We believe CoreCivic is exceptionally well positioned operationally and financially to meet what we expect to be a sharp acceleration demand from our partners, particularly our key federal partners, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, and the United States Marshal Service.
Just to be clear, in case there's any confusion, CoreCivic is a private prison company. It's correct. They make money off of incarcerating people. Now, when their CEO, Damon T. Hornyfinger, or whatever his name was, said they're anticipating the most significant growth in their company's history, what that means is he's anticipating that they're going to get very rich off of throwing people in prison, and in this case, as he referenced, throwing immigrants in prison because of their federal partners, ICE. Now, call this a hot take all you want, but I just don't think that a for-profit prison model should exist. I don't think that there should be a financial incentive to put somebody in prison. That kind of perverts the justice system, in my opinion.
There's no justice on stolen land. Hey man, well, first and foremost, I'd like to give all glory, honor, and infinite praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Barchach Chadash. Double honors to the beloved elders and the apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to all you hopefully like Dakim out there laboring that are pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. This is your brother Amar from the GMS Boise, Idaho camp, and I saw this video and I've heard a couple, brothers briefly mention, a lot of these investors getting excited about the private prisons because we know that whenever a Republican is in office, for some reason, private prisons and, that industry of the system gets more money, just like a lot of the thing that brothers say, and it's true. The best time to be in the military is when a Republican is in office because, hey man, we know that they take care of, their own in the sense that, how do you say, they take care of the people working for them, even though you see a lot of federal jobs getting cut, the things like military, federal prisons, anybody that wears a badge is always, taken care of a little bit better in these times, which is why, they get emboldened. And a lot of the time that the Republicans are in office, not to go off topic, but we see a lot of atrocities happen towards Jake. And one of the more recent things that you can take from the video that I just showed you is that Esau Edom is getting ready to put our people back into slavery regardless. Because even though Jake wasn't making that much money, coming over here and working in the fields, for example, Esau can have them work for pennies on the dollar because they so-called broke crime. And even if you are a U.S. citizen, and you break even the smallest of laws, you are now what comes under the 14th Amendment, which abolished slavery. But also there's a clause that slavery still exists only if you break the law. That's why you can have what's called chain gangs, when they have a bunch of prisoners chained together just working in the fields. That's why that you see when you're driving down the road, those people picking up trash, because they're not getting paid for it. So technically, by definition, that'd be slavery. But they have been accused or charged and committed a crime. And it could be just a speeding infraction, not wearing a seatbelt, texting and driving, something that's not involving a victim. But since you broke the law, now that they can open up the whole book to put you in prison, which we understand and use you however they want. They can put you to work and they don't have to pay you, So this is just one of those devices that Esau is always in. We understand that he controls the prisons, but he's always in the next move to take advantage and capitalize off of how he can further push the curses that our people are dealing with right now. It's not enough that Esau is already persecuting them, taking them out of their homes, causing them to lose their jobs, families, whatever it may be. Now he wants to incarcerate them and take it next level and have them probably come up with some shitty agreement saying, yeah, you're going to be working for us, but you're a prisoner, and now you're going to go work in the fields, but you're going to, instead of make money for your family, we're going to house you, we're going to pay for everything that you have because you're a prisoner, but you can go work in the field and then come back. And they kind of have a program like that already. It's a work release program, which uh, I in construction, it happens every once in a while. You'll get a guy that's still in prison that gets dropped off by a white van, and then he gets picked up at the end of the day because he's in what's called like a halfway house. Well, I can see them, setting up a sort of scenario, but worse, for Jake. And I want to get the scriptures, but I want to show you that video to show you that this devil is getting ready to put our people in slavery regardless, and he's not going to allow them to leave, because he realizes that he still needs that slave labor. Because only Esau Edom, an unfit ruler, doesn't realize that he needs different levels of classes in his society to operate different jobs. You're not going to have a king taking out the trash and picking fruits of the field and breaking his back building these motherfucking buildings. He's going to be sitting making decisions, man. But he's kicking out his labor force, which is going to affect the prices of everyday items. But I'm rambling too much. All this is just one of the Esau's schemes to ultimately further push the vulnerability of our people, because our people are very vulnerable in Esau's land, because we have no laws to protect us here, especially if you're a so-called illegal immigrant. This is Psalm 64:1. Hear my voice, O power, in my prayer preserve my life from fear of the enemy. And the enemy is Esau, Edom, these other heathen nations, and Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to preserve the elect, as well as the 1/3, the body of believers that are going to receive salvation, here in Babylon the Great, because this is going to be the epicenter of the judgments that are going to take place on our people. Babylon the Great, the belly of the beast, valley of the shadow of death, right here. This is verse 2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. And that is the secret councils, these board meetings, these secret CEOs. They get together in some expensive hotel in some expensive island, and they talk about their next business portfolio. And even though on the outside they look like they're all competing against each other, Coca-Cola and Pepsi, going at it. Shit, the CEOs are probably sitting together, sipping Mai Tais on a beach, talking about, man, we got them right where they wanted, huh? What are you gonna do next so you can have the customers? I just saying that, speaking as a man, to show you that all this is just for show, and price increases, whether it be gas or groceries, is all political. Everything is a war on first and foremost the Israelites, but even Esau Edom himself is lumped in with getting it the raw end of the deal from his own government. He doesn't get taken care of like he used to. Verse 3, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. And we know that Esau Edom is very, suavecito with his words. He knows what to say to sound like he's some stand-up citizen. When the actual nitty-gritty and the fine print of the laws that he's passing is nothing but wickedness, taking your rights away, causing more oppression, taxing you more. Whatever it is, Esau Edom is not going to do good. And like scripture says, if he does good, he does it unwillingly. This is Psalm 64:4, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Ultimately, their main goal is the Israelites. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. Verse 5, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily, which is privately. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep, because they go into the very strenuous and very tedious science experiments, social experiments, psychological experiments, putting rats and mice and giving them cocaine and sugar and seeing what the difference is, all these different things, seeing how he can further push a more detrimental type lifestyle on the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, whether he says, oh man, these niggas really like dancing. Let's infiltrate the culture of music and put the message of debauchery and fornication and going against and cheating on your man with another man, and I stole your bitch, and here, take this witchcraft and whatever it is, man. That's what Esau is gonna weaponize to keep our people down, and that is that diligent search, as well as the chemicals that he can get away with by putting in our food that doesn't kill us instantly, but it kills us slowly over time. He said, man, I got a chemical that I did 20-year experiment with, and now I can put it in your food, and I know that it won't kill you in 20 years, it'll kill you in 50 years. It'll give you arthritis by the age of 40, guaranteed it. Some crazy stuff like that, man. But I got another one. This is something we read at camp as well that kind of been meditating on all week. This is Psalms 37 and 32. It reads, the wicked watcheth the righteous and seeketh to slay him. And we understand that Esau Edom, his main target is the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, man. He really wants to wipe the Israelites off the face of the map, lack of better words. But we know that he never will. So again, this is just another update on the private prison industry and how Esau Edom is whetting his tongue like a sword, like we read in Psalm 64. But hey, we understand that this man is getting out of power very soon. I'm looking for one more scripture. If I can't find it, I'll just close it out here, because I really just wanted to shine the light on that video to show you what Esau Edom is getting ready to do. I can't find it, Akim Salaki. I'm looking through my sword. It's gonna hit me as soon as I get done with this lesson. I know it. Man, I know I have it. Anyways, Yashar Allah Salakia, but Lord willing that this lesson was edifying, unto the elect. Till next time, I'd like to give all glory, honor, and infinite praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rachach Kodash, and double honors to the beloved elders and the apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth, and peace and salutations to all you hopeful elect Akim out there laboring that are pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. Till next time, Lord willing, Shalom.